In this video, I give you my best tips for getting and staying on target from this point until it's an ideal opportunity to appreciate the following occasion, which is coming quicker than you may suspect. Tip number 1. Try not to starve yourself following a day of eating. You will go out of control. You may believe it's a smart thought to deny yourself of food in the first part of the day following a day of trying too hard. Or on the other hand, you decide to skip breakfast and lunch before supper where you realize it will be an extraordinary feast. Of all your number one nourishments, actually, the inverse is valid. Starving yourself just sets you okay with indulging in your next circumstance, and that invalidates the purpose. The principal thing you will do is go after all some unacceptable nourishments, similar to bread and carbs, eat an unassuming and solid breakfast like for the time being oats and berries, or a little yet fiber-filled lunch like a major serving of mixed greens loaded with greens and vegetables. That way when you stroll into the room loaded with food your body will be pleasantly filled and you will have the option to settle on a normal choice of what, and the amount, to eat. Tip number 2. Combine hefty nourishments like nuts with light food like celery. The main thing about nibbling is to not try too hard. A bite should give you barely enough calories and fuel to hold you over till the following dinner. It doesn't have to feel like a feast in itself. That implies around 200 to 250 calories, however not 400 calories, which is anything but difficult to get to on the off chance that you are eating nuts or other calorie-thick, witty nourishments. All things being equal, consolidate protein and carbs as substantial and light nourishments. So that implies plunge celery stems, which are light, into the almond spread, which is weighty, not your finger or a spoon out of the container. Also, the fiber in the celery will cause you to feel more full more and help your body moderate consume the fuel, leaving you satiated until supper, and not excessively hungry when the time has come to plunk down to eat. For other incredible nibble thoughts to keep glucose low, see the Veg Start Diet. Popcorn sweethearts, you will be glad. Tip number 3. Hydrate. What's more, take 10 minutes to check whether you are really parched, not eager. This is an easy decision but then so a considerable lot of us don't do it. Drink a lot of water for the duration of the day. Keep a water bottle convenient or a tall glass of water, you can implant it with lemon if that makes it more agreeable. Over and over again we botch thirst with hunger. That implies you perceive an inclination however you go to the refrigerator rather than the sink. Attempt this all things being equal, drink a full tall glass of 8 to 12 ounces of water and stand by 10 minutes. The odds are the desire disappears. In the event that you are without adult hungry, pick nourishments that are hydrating, similar to a bit of organic product that has both high water substance and high fiber content. An apple or an orange is nature's bite packs. Tip number 4. Slow down. It takes 30 minutes to feel full. We eat 30% more food than we need. This guidance is as old as we seem to be. The number of us was advised as children to lay down and still we breathe in our food. Practice this, put your fork down as you bite. Let it sit on the plate for a couple of moments and afterward get it to take the following nibble. You need to eat carefully thus a significant number of us are diverted, or occupied, and eat like it's a race. Your body expects 20 to 30 minutes to send satiety props from your stomach to your head, which is the reason we typically eat 30% a bigger number of calories than we need at each supper, and those calories get put away as fat. Sorry to let you know. All things considered, eat more slowly, and chances are you will feel full and fulfilled, without joining the Perfect Plate Club. On the off chance that you find that doing this permits you to eat 2/3 of your plate, amazing. Spare the extras for later since that 1/3 of your supper makes an ideal tidbit. Tip number 5. Eat your serving of mixed greens first. At that point appreciate the less solid sides or mains or pastries. This is called front stacking. What it implies is in the event that you front-load the framework with valuable vegetables, high-fiber nourishments that top off your stomach, and protein-rich nourishments like beans or vegetables, you will be substantially less prone to overdo it on the calorie-thick nourishments like pureed potatoes or sweet. The plate of mixed greens you gobble isn't simply topping you off, it's imparting a sign to your body that quality food is coming, and your energy level will be higher, your safe framework will be taking a shot at high, and your sullen forming to the mind will cause you to feel keener. Food ought not to make you need to sleep. Servings of mixed greens and vegetables topping off the majority of your plate guarantee that the other more modest segments of carbs or greasy nourishments don't overpower the nutritious nourishments. Eat a generally plant-based eating routine loaded with entire nourishments, for example, vegetables, entire grains, nuts, seeds, and vegetables, and you will feel good, less exhausted, just after you eat. Tip number 6. Realize partition size. A snack is a sufficient fuel for 2 hours. A feast fills you longer. Part size is probably the most serious issue for the vast majority attempting to get more fit. You can appreciate little bits of your number one nourishments, yet the difficulty is that the greater part of us can't adjust, or we don't have the foggiest idea how to stop at only a couple of chomps. For a bite, think about a modest bunch of nuts or seeds, which is sufficient fuel to get you through the following 2 to 3 hours. A supper will be sufficient food to support you for the following 4 to 5 hours. Make nibble packs prepared in the cooler on the off chance that you experience difficulty giving out the perfect measure of nourishment for yourself when you need it. At the point when you consider your body, you need it to be a race vehicle, so fuel it with the best food you can discover, which are entire plant-based nourishments like vegetables and organic products, seeds and nuts, grains and vegetables. At that point, just as much as your next trip requires, going for a climb removes more from you than sitting in your work area. Each bit should accompany a task appended. This food will take me through 4 hours of strolling or climbing. Else, you become the ice chest. You need to be the vehicle. Tip number 7. Have a great time. Treat yourself. On the off chance that you have dessert, let yourself know, you're human. No blame. This is vital when it comes time to celebrate, as you did over the occasion and as you will throughout the following forthcoming occasion. That is fine. Consistency is vital, and when you are solid more often than not, you can bear to have a treat, a sweet, or a calorie bomb on those events. Try not to consider it, I blew it, so now I'm simply going ahead despite any potential risks. A remarkable inverse, you are human and these exceptional events call for festivity and happiness. Allow yourself to enjoy and afterward refocus the following day. Your body is strong, and it will fly once more into shape when you treat it right, with solid nutritious food. Carry on with life and decide to be sound more often than not. You will be astounded at how that rewards you now and for quite a long time to come.